Hello, movie friends. Welcome back to the show. We're happy to be here discussing the latest developments in the film and TV industry. A lot happened this weekend.
So much to talk about.
Some pretty big drama. You know the drama we're talking about.
We'll get to the drama.
But first, we'll go over the box office like we always do. It was actually the worst box office of the year since January. All of the top 10 films only made a total of $54 million.
Top Gun's still top 3, though.
Yeah, so I don't understand why no one released a big movie in this weekend.
I think that August is a weird week. It's the time of year when everyone's getting back to school. People are like finishing up vacations. I think it's a weird time of year.
People are busy.
For people to go to the theaters and go see movies and for big movies to come out. I think that's why not many movies, like big movies, come out in August and September. It's pretty rare. Because, you know, we do the this day in film history on the show every episode. There are hardly any big releases whenever we're doing August and September.
It's a good point. It's a good point. So the new release, The Invitation, which is a horror film starring Emmanuel and Natalie, grossed $6 million this weekend. Bullet Train came in second place with $5.6 million in its third weekend. Top Gun is back in third place with $5 million. Again, the constant. It just never slows down. I made $5 million last weekend.
It's never leaving theaters. It's also digital too, but people are still going to see it. I love it. I want to see it again.
It's in IMAX again. Dragon Ball actually had a huge drop down to $4.6 million. It made $26 million last weekend, so it was a huge drop. This is like fan overload, so fans of the property came opening weekend, and it's not that widely loved of a property as most things in America. So they were expecting that big drop down to 4.6, but you'll never see drops that big generally.
And real quick, Bullet Train's up to $155 million global, which is pretty solid for that movie.
Good for them.
That budget was like $60 million.
It's rated R too. Beast came in fifth place with $4.3 million. Idris Elba's other film, 3,000 Years of Longing, had a really disastrous opening weekend of only $2.8 million. It was a pretty good budget for George Miller's
50 or 60 million.
At least. There's a lot of CGI and a lot of sets and casts. It might. I'm guessing that's closer to $100 million. So that is a massive, massive loss for George Miller's film. That's just really bad. So too bad for everyone who was involved in that film. It's a really big failure.
I think it's unfortunate because everyone associates George Miller just with Mad Max, and I don't think a lot of people are interested in seeing his other movies.
Happy Feet.
Unfortunately, Happy Feet, yeah. But that's what I mean. Like Mad Max, Fury Road. People are like, oh, when's the next Mad Max movie coming out? Because you know that's going to make $1 billion.
Well, I would just say I don't think anyone's interested in seeing movies about genies.
Maybe,
is what I would say.
Adult genies. Who knows?
The thing is, Aladdin worked because it's Aladdin. And it's such a name brand, Aladdin, like everyone knows it. So
Will Smith pulls in an audience.
Yeah, but that movie is a guaranteed hit. So, but this, an original property with a genie, I don't think anyone's interested in seeing the genie genre anymore.
It's unfortunate. You know, Idris Elba's awesome. Tilda Swinton's in that as well, and George Miller's a great, great director.
And then we have Super Pets, made $4.3 million in its fifth weekend. So that's the weekend box office. Very lackluster, but not every weekend is a home run.
It's a weird time of year. Like I said, everyone's getting back to school, getting back into the full swing of things. So I think less time to do activities, maybe finishing up vacations.
Now let's get into the drama.
You want to get to the drama first?
The drama.
So the drama is obviously between Florence Pugh and Olivia Wilde. In terms of Florence Pugh will not participate in the press tour for the film Don't Worry Darling coming out this year, except for at the premiere at the Venice Film Festival. This is pretty unusual. She is the lead of this movie, and usually it's contractually obligated to do press tours with actors in their contracts, but she must have gotten out of it somehow. If that was part of the contract, I'm sure it was.
It absolutely was.
It's really unusual for the lead of a movie to not be doing press.
It's very strange, especially because she clearly is beginning a good relationship with Warner Brothers with going into Dune after this.
You brought up Dune this time.
Yeah, I did it. It's part of an actor's contract if they're a lead actor in a film to do a press tour. They put it in. Oftentimes, like, they're scheduling the actor out for like 2-week period, like 2 years after they film, because that's when they're going to do the press tour.
It's part of planning a schedule out.
It's part of the job.
This is when you're going to film. This is the press tour a year and a half in advance.
It's part of the job. So somehow she must have talked Warner Brothers into being like, just allow her to do the Venice premiere, and that's it. Also, for the last year or so, every time Don't Worry Darling has released anything in regards of a poster or behind-the-scenes photos or clips or a trailer, Florence Pugh on social media the day of those things coming out has been posting things for other projects that she's involved in. Like when they released the Don't Worry Darling trailer, she released the teaser trailer for Oppenheimer on her Instagram. And so she's been like kind of like...
It's like the subtweeting.
Yeah, the subtweeting Olivia Wilde in her social media, not promoting the film at all in any way. And on top of that, the whole Shia LaBeouf thing going on as well, where Olivia Wilde said, so Shia LaBeouf had Harry Styles' role when they were in pre-production, and then he left production. No one knows why, but he left a few weeks before they started filming, and Olivia Wilde came out the other day and
saying that he quit.
Yeah, saying no,
that she fired him.
She said that she fired Shia LaBeouf to protect Florence Pugh because he was too aggressive and too combative of an actor, and was just apparently making people feel unsafe. And then Shia LaBeouf, he sent in a video to Variety as well as texts from Olivia Wilde, where Olivia Wilde was basically begging him not to leave the film, begging him to see if they could work it out. It looks like Shia and Florence didn't get along. I mean, this is the way it is. Actors have different processes. He's a method actor. I'm sure she's not. If they're not being
and he said he wanted more rehearsal time.
He's big on rehearsal. Some actors, they need to rehearse to be able to perform properly the way they do it. And other actors are on the fly. Like Jennifer Lawrence, I've read, doesn't even know her lines until the morning. So actors they all work in different ways. And so I think that Shia and Florence probably didn't mesh together professionally and probably didn't enjoy collaborating on the short time they had together. But also Shia LaBeouf said in his interview that he said that the production didn't seem prepared enough, and then he just left because this isn't how I work. And Olivia Wilde sent him a video basically begging him not to leave, if there's any way they could work it out, if there's any way they could make amends between him and Florence. And she called her Miss Flo in like a very sarcastic way in the video.
Like a derogatory way.
Yeah, like a Miss Flo. She said maybe this would be a wake up call for Miss Flo. So I thought
it's kind of demeaning.
It seemed demeaning. Yeah, and I don't understand why famous people think that they could send videos without thinking it will ever be exposed.
I think what was happening is they were getting bad press between Olivia Wilde and Florence Pugh's. No one knows what happened. Their relationship and the drama behind this
that's
movie.
Still unknown.
And my assumption is that she brought up the Shia LaBeouf stuff, and the studio did to kind of make everyone forget that and to like try to make that the story of the drama so that people would still go see the movie and it wouldn't affect the box office. But you can't help but think that this is going to affect the box office. And now coming out, realizing, and everyone knows that she was asking Shia to come back to the movie. It's really interesting, weird situation.
She clearly didn't fire him to protect the set. She clearly wanted him to stay.
So it sounded like they were trying to fight bad press with other bad press, and it didn't work out. I don't know. It's just really weird that the lead's not going to be doing press tour. Florence came out recently, and her representative said she's filming Dune scenes. She's playing Princess Irulan. I don't know how many scenes she's going to be in the movie. It's a solid character in terms of how much time they have in the book, but not a super prominent character compared to like Chani or Paul. She'll be in plenty of the movie for sure. But I'm curious to see if, because
she's going to have like the fifth most screen time at the most.
Maybe. I don't know about that. I would say maybe top 10.
Maybe top. Okay.
She's involved.
Rebecca Ferguson's still going to have a ton of screen time. Chalamet,
I don't want to spoil
Zendaya,
the movie, but like Princess Irulan, she really comes more into play in the second film, in the second book, Doom Messiah. So we'll see, because there's like 10 other characters that will probably have more screen time, and I'll be curious to see if Timmy goes to do press for Bones and All, because he's the lead character of Dune. I don't know.
That's also playing at Venice.
So we'll see. It's pretty weird. No one knows anything that's going on. There's all this. I've never seen so much drama behind a movie. Before it premiered.
And it was odd to lie about firing someone even though you basically asked them to not leave in reality. So it's very odd how they tried to spin it. Yeah, he had the receipts. And Shia is in no way like a great human being. Yeah, that guy still has a lot of work to do on himself, and clearly has a very tumultuous history. But it seems like in this situation, he seems to be in the right, based on what I could tell.
On what happened.
Yeah, based on what happened.
We don't really know what happened. We're just speculating based on speculation on speculation. Let's move on to some other stuff. So the origin story joke.
The drama's over.
The origin story joke just keeps writing itself every week. We now have King Kong Origins. Coming a live action series coming to Disney Plus. Now, how did King Kong get to Skull Island? I want to know. I want to know like where he was born and how he grew up.
What were his parents like?
Why is he so angry?
Why is he so big?
So that's coming to Disney Plus, and Origins, man. House of the Dragon episode 2 is dropping tonight. We can't wait to watch it. There will be an episode Tuesday morning, first thing, on our mini review and recap of that. Real quick, also Rogue One, a Star Wars story, solo Star Wars story, just Rogue One is in IMAX this weekend. I know a couple of our fans and followers. I think Caleb and Angie went to go see it in
cool.
IMAX. So Rogue One is in IMAX right now. There will also be a preview of Andor, and also first bit of news. Also,
you're going so fast. I need to say something.
I added stuff that you didn't know about.
I know, but I need to add something.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Because you said House of the Dragon is on tonight. It was already renewed for season 2. So HBO Max, they saw the numbers for the first episode. They
10
were like,
million?
They were like 10 million. So 10 million viewers for the first episode premiere.
Is that the biggest ever?
Biggest ever for HBO. And it also doubled the viewership of Stranger Things' first episode of season 4.
Crazy.
So it doubled Stranger Things.
There was a crazy viral video, I don't know if you saw it, of someone filming outside of a building, an apartment complex, and like half the windows were all watching Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
The screen was flashing at the same time.
Yeah. It's amazing. That's really impressive.
House of the Dragon.
And it's like you think that Stranger Things is number 1, but then you see this show doubled it. That's insane.
It's nuts.
That's wild. So it's already renewed. HBO was like, nice.
And then Resident Evil, it got canceled after 6 weeks since its premiere.
Already canceled, yeah. And ironically, it had a lot of streaming hours watched. It was like one of their top 10 of hours watched.
Netflix?
Yeah, for like for the year. But I think it was so poorly received that they were like, we can't keep making this.
The thing is, it's so hard to understand and know what real streaming numbers are. None of these platforms are going to tell us what actual statistics are. There's so many loopholes to say that this was a view, this was not a view, this was a duration viewed. So we don't even really ever know the truth about streaming numbers.
But that show, I think, is at a 3.5 on IMDb rating.
I've seen some clips,
I've seen some clips.
Man. Those movies and shows should write themselves, but they really just try not to do it. And one more quick bit of news that I added that Anthony might not see on the document that I
see
made.
it. I'm looking right at it.
You got it?
Sounds
Knives Out?
Knives Out magazine cover.
Oh, yeah. Magazine cover at Empire, some different character posters. We got Benoit, obviously. The release date was also announced for December 23rd
Christmas.
on Netflix. Cannot wait.
Nice. They also released the first image of the first official image of the film with the entire cast at a table with Benoit Blanc clearly addressing everyone.
And Edward Norton's characters.
They look like it looks like Ed Norton might be the main antagonist. We'll see, but like he might not be. It might be a trick, but we'll see. But it looked great cast. Like I didn't know Jessica Heinwick's in it too, so I can't wait to see that movie.
Stacked.
Amazing.
Can't wait to see Dave Bautista.
Next up, DC has changed the release dates of a few of their movies.
Of everything.
Yeah. So the big major ones are Shazam, Fury of the Gods will now be coming out. It was coming out this year in December, but it's now coming out March 17th in 2023.
It was going to be their first movie out this year, right? Before Black Adam, I think.
I believe Black Adam was originally September. So Shazam's March 2023, and now Aquaman is going to be... Black Adam's still coming out this year. It will still be the first one.
I thought Shazam was going to be before it, if not.
No, it was always after.
Okay,
it was December originally.
So Black Adam hasn't changed.
Black Adam's still the fall.
They need that.
Yeah, they need it. It's actually Warner Brothers' last major release of the year will be Black Adam.
That and Don't Worry, Darling. Those are their last two movies they're coming out with.
And then Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom will now hit theaters on Christmas 2023.
Remember when all these movies were supposed to come out this year?
Yeah.
Remember the beginning of the year? We got the teaser, the super DC teaser.
Oh, the trailer!
All the movies were supposed to come out, except for like one was going to be like February or March 2023.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
Crazy, dude.
I honestly was not impressed with that sizzle reel. I watched that sizzle reel. I was like, yeah, it looks pretty good.
My guess is they might be reshooting Amber Heard's parts for Aquaman. That's the only thing I can think of.
That's what I said.
Of why to push it.
They're recasting her.
Why to push it back a whole extra year? That's insane.
They're recasting her for sure.
We don't know.
That's my guess. They're either recasting her or they're changing a lot of things, and so that's why they have to push everything. They're doing reshoots and everything. This is all. Sure. They're not just like, oh, we need more time in the editing room. They're reshooting
These
stuff.
movies are done.
Yeah, so I think they're either cutting Amber Heard, who might have appeared in other movies, or they're making big story changes based upon both Ezra and Amber Heard. So I'm guessing the Flash maybe would have been more involved in everything, and maybe they're excluding him. That's also a possibility.
Possibly.
But they're definitely doing reshoots for something.
But let's stay on DC. So also Ezra Miller, apparently...
Ezra Miller? Ezra Miller guy.
I don't even hear
this fucking kid.
They met with leadership at Warner Bros. Discovery to discuss their behavior the last year and also to try to figure out how to make sure that the Flash comes out and to make public statements, I'm assuming. So they're trying to figure out how to keep the Flash going because I guess the the test audiences, The Flash is doing really well, and everyone keeps saying that it's the best DC movie since The Dark Knight and The Dark Knight trilogy, but they say that about every DC movie that comes out. They said that about Aquaman. They said that about like Batman vs Superman. So whenever a DC movie's coming out, the headlines are always the best DC movie.
They
since
said that
the Dark
about
Knight
Justice
trilogy.
League when they were theatrical.
So we'll see, but I mean, it looks like they're going to try to get The Flash released, and they're trying to make the right press moves with Ezra.
I think it'll come out. I think it's going to come out regardless.
I think you're right that they need it. This
need it.
ended up going to be like a $500-600 million movie.
Yeah,
investment.
They need it to come out. All
And
right,
there's still one more bit of DC news.
let's hear it.
Matt Reeves signed a multi-picture deal at Warner Brothers Discovery. I know everyone was worried that Batman 2 was not confirmed. Don't worry. The Batman is safe. They've locked him up for multiple movies, so I'm sure he'll be able to do an entire trilogy and then more movies at Warner Brothers Discovery, which I'm sure is a dream come true for him to work with that studio.
Very smart of them. Very smart. The guy's movies are awesome. Next up, The Exorcist is getting an official sequel, and Ellen Burstyn is actually returning and reprising her role.
The girl?
The mother.
Oh, the mother?
Yeah.
Wow.
She plays the mother.
Wow, she's still going.
She's still
It's an old movie. Good for her.
still kicking. Oh my god.
The movie's like 1968.
No, it's 74.
74?
Yeah.
Feels older. Man, she's killing it.
She's still kicking.
I feel like she's still like acting.
She's an older person, so she is quite old. She's quite old.
Good for her.
But it's being directed by David Gordon Green, who made Halloween Kills. So I don't have high
Evil
hopes.
ends tonight.
Evil dies tonight.
Evil dies tonight. Evil dies tonight.
Devil dies tonight. Devil dies tonight. So I have very low expectations now. I'm sorry, I can't, man. Oh my god, I love. It's one of my favorite movies. So I am very much not looking forward to Devil Dies Tonight.
That's one of the ones that, I mean, they've made reboots. They've kind of made sequels to it. You wish they didn't. But, I mean, they're going to do what they're going to do. Was that Universal?
Warner Brothers owns The
Warner Brothers?
Exorcist. Yeah.
All right. Moving on to Edgar Wright news, who's going to teach a BBC Maestro course on filmmaking. Very cool. He's going to share his expertise on filmmaking and writing with a whole new generation of filmmakers. So that's really cool that BBC is getting into like the master class, but with the Maestro
It's the
class.
Maestro. I think they'll use the Maestro term more than we would ever use.
that's more common
Americans
in-
don't say Maestro.
Sometimes we do it for composers and stuff like that. Yeah,
Very rarely.
in the music world. If you're in the music world,
Oh
you say
yeah.
Maestro.
But I'm just talking average American.
Oh yeah, we don't say
We
maestro.
never say
We
maestro.
say like that cool guy.
No, we say master.
We say
master.
But I'm just saying the grammar for the average Americans is terrible.
Yeah.
It's terrible. Terrible.
terrible.
I would know.
It's terrible. Next up, Godzilla and King Kong. The sequel has announced a lot of the cast is actually returning. Rebecca Hall, Brian Tyree Henry, and a few of the other minor characters are returning. I'm not sure if...
What about 11?
I don't think she's returning.
Is she going to teach Godzilla sign language? And no one's going to notice?
I think she got the Stranger Things money for season 4. Was like, yeah, I got paid way more than for Godzilla. So I don't think she's returning. It doesn't have her announced yet. And Aaron Taylor Johnson also, I don't think is returning, or Elizabeth Olsen.
Yeah, they're so busy doing their own stuff. They're all
Yeah.
killing it. Miles Teller is going to star in Scott Derrickson's next film. Very cool news. It's going to be an action romance called The Gorge.
Sign me up, man. Sign me up. There's a new trailer for Tar, in which Cate Blanchett plays a classical musical conductor and composer. From Todd Fields, awesome director. He hasn't made that many movies, but he's excellent, and she's clearly one of the greatest actors of all time. The trailer looks stunning visually, and her acting looks superb. So this is one of my most anticipated films of the year.
I saw a really unfortunate viral headline the other day for this,
Oh, yeah?
where it was Marvel star Cate Blanchett's
Oh my
next
God.
movie, and I'm just like,
Oh my, Marvel
she's
star.
an Oscar-winning dramatic actor. Like I love Marvel, but
What
like,
outlet was it?
I think it was, I can't remember, maybe Variety or something.
Jesus Christ!
that's how they let it,
She's
like-
one of the most respected actors to ever live. They called her.
She was in one Marvel movie.
One Marvel movie.
Marvel star.
She
Cate
had like 30
Blanchett.
minutes of screen time, if that. Oh my
was like,
God.
it's Cate Blanchett.
Oh my God! Oscar winner. How about Oscar winner? Jeez, I guess they just get that.
If you're in
click.
5 Marvel movies, sure, say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chris Hemsworth, Marvel actor, Marvel star.
Marvel star.
Yeah.
Chris Evans, Marvel star.
Cate Blanchett, one of the greatest actors to ever live. Oscar winner. Come on. Jeez Louise.
There's a new trailer for Noah Baumbach's next film called White Noise. It's really cool. Adam Driver and Greta Gerwig star in this, and I don't know what's really going on. Is it going to be like something with aliens
Some kind
or
of
something?
dystopian, yeah, some kind of a event.
But it opens with people all trying to leave a major city from some sort of event happening. And
Yeah.
it looks really interesting. It's based on a novel.
Yeah, the
Very
novel's
interesting.
supposed to be famous, but I've never read it.
Adam Driver looks unrecognizable.
Yeah.
He like nailed like the dumpy dad look. Like
They
really
made him
well.
not look Adam Driver.
Yeah.
Look like Adam Driver.
Nothing
We
wrong-
actually see his
nothing wrong
ears
with dumpy
again.
dads.
I haven't seen Adam Driver's ears for 8 years.
It's been a long time.
Batgirl is having a screening on the Warner Brothers lot for the film crew and family, and it's the only time anyone can see it.
It's called a funeral screening.
Funeral screening. Awkward.
I bet everyone. Yeah, I would. If I was in that crew, I'd dress in all black. It's like when like basketball teams like they show up to like Game 5 all in black, and they.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, the Warriors did that to the Celtics and knocked them out.
On like, is it on an elimination game day? They'll do that.
Yeah. Not technically elimination, but it's like they did it to the Celtics, and they're like, yeah, we're just gonna win today, and we're gonna end the championship. A lot of teams do that. They'll like show up to the stadium all in black. It's kind of sometimes it backfires though.
Yeah, you don't want to.
I remember a football team did it and it backfired in the playoffs.
They must have played Tom Brady.
I think that's what happened. Tom was like, "Oh, they're wearing all black today. Oh, I think it's our funeral."
All right, we got the Dune reference.
I'm
We got the
resurrecting.
Tom Brady reference. What else do we have to
I think
reference?
we're
Tom
good.
Cruise. We mentioned Tom Cruise.
Did we?
We did the Top Gun.
Oh yeah, Top Gun.
Yeah,
yeah,
so
we're good.
we're good.
We got our three,
Check
we got our
list
three
is done.
requirements out. There's a new trailer for the live-action Pinocchio movie coming from Disney, starring Tom Hanks. Looks pretty good. Looks pretty decent. I'm more interested personally in Guillermo del Toro's stop-motion animated Pinocchio, so I'm going Guillermo over Disney in this particular year. But, you know, it's Tom Hanks as Geppetto pretending to be Italian.
Adam Driver could do it.
Adam Driver can do it, even though he's not
Then
Italian.
it's okay.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem like a good sign to me is that it's not a theatrical release. It's just Disney Plus.
Oh, really?
So that's not a very good sign that it might not be very great. So we'll see. I mean, Disney direct to Disney Plus, they might just be putting it there to die.
And I believe JGL is also Jiminy Cricket.
Oh, interesting.
You're a real boy.
Paramount Pictures has revealed that Owen Wilson's new film, Secret Headquarters, has become their most watched original film on the streaming app's history so far. So they're definitely going to make another one.
Is that superhero one?
Yeah, the superhero one. He's got like an Iron Man suit.
All you gotta do is put a suit on an actor or an actress and like, see you later. You got powers. It's like Owen Wilson. Wow.
Oh, wow.
Wow, look what I can do with my hands. Wow. Is that a beam?
There's also a new trailer for Sam Mendes' new film, which looks fantastic.
Looks
It's
beautiful.
called Empire of the Light. Roger Deakins coming in hot with the cinematography like always. It looks really stunning. It's about filmmaking. It's about a projectionist in the theater, as well as a story going on alongside that. So it looks like very reminiscent of Cinema Paradiso.
That's exactly what I thought.
Yeah,
man.
but more just adult characters the whole time.
We already talked about Resident Evil getting canceled at Netflix after one season.
This is my favorite story today. Is Netflix has made a workplace comedy like The Office called Blockbuster about employees at a Blockbuster.
No way.
That's
savage.
on Netflix.
That is savage.
I feel like that's the most petty, badass thing ever in entertainment history. To be like, you could have bought us, you didn't. We ended up dominating the industry.
worth $200 billion at one point.
We killed you. And then we bought the rights to make a show about you. Like what? Like, come on, it's amazing. That's crazy.
Starring Melissa Fumero and Randall Park. I love Randall Park. I'll have to check that out. BioShock, the popular sci-fi horror video game, is getting a movie, and Francis Lawrence is tapped to direct. And obviously, Francis Lawrence is a great director, very accomplished, adapting several of the Hunger Games films, as well as Constantine. So I think he's a great choice to take on this movie.
That's going to be hard to pull off. That's a really unique property.
It really is.
Next up, John Boyega is actually co-writing the sequel to Attack the Block. And
Oh, no way.
They might be announcing production soon. We love Attack the Block. It's a really fun alien invasion movie. And it was Boyega's first major starring role.
That's
And
what
he's
got him
terrific
Force
in it.
Awakens.
Yeah, he's really terrific in it. And I highly recommend you check it out if you haven't. So looking forward to seeing
Really
another one
cool,
of
like
those.
British, English sci-fi horror comedy.
Yeah, Edgar Wright produced it. It's got like that British
Humor or tone.
Yeah, it's a lot of
It's
fun.
cool.
Nick Frost is in it.
Yeah.
He's funny.
It's a really cool movie. He's great in it.
Great score, too.
Next up, we have Oh yeah, they're remaking Goodnight Mommy, which
Yeah.
I'm feeling kind of weird about because that's one of my favorite international horror films I've ever seen. I remember we watched that and we were just like blown away. That movie's excellent. What is it? Swedish, I think, or German?
I think it's Spanish.
No, it's like German or Swedish or something like that. But it's a really great horror movie, and so they're obviously doing a Hollywood remake. Anthony over there, he's like, I messed up. Canceled. Goodnight Mommy trailer. It's going to be a TV show. Austria. Okay, Austria. I recommend checking it out if you guys haven't seen it. Awesome horror movie,
really
but
good.
I don't know how I feel about a Hollywood remake. I guess, I mean, Naomi Watts is a great actress. Hopefully they can pull it off. The trailer looks pretty decent. It stars, what was that kid in? I saw him in something recently. But we'll see. I hope they nail it, but man, the original is so damn good.
Yeah, it's a really great horror film. Yeah. Oh, the kid from The Boys. He's Will.
The Boys, yeah.
Yeah.
Jason.
Is that his name, Jason?
In the movie,
yeah.
in the show, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it's about twins and there's a horror aspect to it with their mother. It's crazy.
Yeah. Ryan Reynolds is leading a new Clue remake, the famous whodunit game and classic film from the 80s. He's going to be leading this film. No one has been announced for the rest of the cast, but it's under the writing process right now. So they'll probably be coming out in a couple of years.
Paprika, the infamous and highly popular anime film, is getting a live-action TV adaptation from Birds of Prey director Kathy Yan, based on this 1993 novel of the same name. Is this? Yes, Paprika from the anime.
The anime film.
Yeah. And is also a novel, so a graphic novel. But I think we're gonna find out again that live-action anime isn't what people want. But we'll see. I'm curious to see it. But, this is such an influential anime film and movie. Obviously, Inception drew so much from it. And I'm curious to see what it'll look like. But I think that we're going to have the same situation again where anime does not translate to live action. A lot of anime fans don't want to see their favorite properties be live action.
I also think it's time to finally accept that everything will be a TV series within 5 years.
At some point.
Next, we'll be seeing Inception, the TV series.
No way, dude.
Inception Origins.
Nolan would never let that happen.
Origins.
As long as he's alive, he would never let that happen.
In our final bit of news, so The Walking Dead is finishing up its final season this year. And congrats to that great show, long-standing show with so many seasons.
And then it'll be followed by The Running Dead.
Well, actually, funny you say that.
Really?
There's actually going to be a Walking Dead spin-off.
Oh, my God.
Where two of the main characters, Maggie and Negan, are getting their own spin-off. This is Jeffrey Dean Morgan. And I'm sorry, I can't remember the actress's name off the top of my head. She's very good, though.
Liz Cohen? Or
something Cohen, yeah.
I think it's Liz Cohen.
Yeah, but they're getting their own spin-off.
So this
Walking
is the
Dead.
second spin-off series of The Walking Dead, right?
There's Fear the Walking Dead, and then there's an animated one as well, I think. So this will be the third one. So The Walking Dead's not over. It's still walking.
Gotcha.
Still walking.
We're going to walk over there. That's what they said. The dead are walking over there. All right, that wraps movie news number 62. We got some great episodes coming for you. On Monday, we're doing Star Wars Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back. Tuesday, House of the Dragon Episode 2 recap and review. Thursday is going to be an episode on, what is it, Anthony?
This upcoming Thursday?
Yes, this upcoming. Oh, Stranger Things
Monsters.
We're going to break down every single monster from Stranger Things, give our input, our opinions on
Every
them,
single one of them.
analyze the heck out of it. It was a lot of fun.
And we also have a
enjoy the heck
special
out of it.
guest on that. John joined us for the
John
episode.
John Agras, sorry, bud, of
Jesus, man.
Agras. John Agras will be joining us.
Jesus! Man, sorry, John. This guy.
He's a chosen one patron. He's been there for over 3 months as a chosen one, so he gets a guest segment. And so he'll be on that one as well.
It was really funny.
Yeah, he comes in at the intermission, then we just go off from there.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. We got great content coming for you. And then soon, Rings of Power will be coming out. We'll be doing weekly episodes on that. So thanks so much for tuning in around the world. And take care.
Bye, y'all.
Thank you for watching Raiders of the Lost podcast. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit the like button as well, notifications for sure. Listen to the show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, everywhere you can listen to podcasts. And be sure to check out this other content we have on our YouTube channel.